Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are doing great with the grace of Almighty. I am also fine. I am Sonia Akhtar, teacher of Milestone Preparatory KG School, Uttara Sector 7. So today I am going to take your science class and this is going to be on chapter 12, Information in Our Life. So let's start our today's class. Our today's class number is 57, CW12, chapter 12, and we are going to discuss the CQA discussion. Because our discussion on the chapter is finished, so we are going to discuss the CQA. So before that, I want to have a quick review on the whole chapter, that what are the topics we have covered and what are the things we have covered till now. After that, I will start discussing the CQA, means creative question answers. So in this chapter, we have learned information and wise use of their information. So information is very important in our life. The name of the chapter is Information in Our Life. Now, to communicate, this information is very important. Throughout the world, we are communicating by collecting the information and sharing the information. Nowadays, there are a lot of technologies by using which we can collect the information and after that, we can share this information. So, thus we are communicating with the whole world. So, in short, altogether, this is called Information and Communication Technology. So, in short, we call it ICT. So, in this chapter, they have discussed about the development of communication and recording technology from the ancient time to today's date. At first, we have learned that what are the technologies and how the technologies has developed in the communication sector. In the ancient time, people used to use the smoke fires to communicate. When they were in danger, they used to send signals through the smoke fire. After that, the pigeon trend has started. So these are the things people used to use in the ancient time for the communication. So from that period to now, after so many years, the development has been so advanced that today we are communicating with the most advanced device, which is a portable mobile phone. And the addition of Wi-Fi or internet in the mobile phone has made it worldwide. So now we can imagine that how much it has developed with time. The communication sector has developed so much. So let's see a small video on that how the communication technology has made this long way from the smoke fire to the telecommunication. This video is going to clear your idea about the evolution of communication technology.
Hi friends. I am Joy.
And I am Jennifer.
Welcome to the world of communication.
So, today we are going to show you the evolution of communication.
What differentiates us human from animals is the way we communicate with each other. Here we will show you a brief history of how communication system evolved. The whole journey of communication started with the cavemen. The cavemen used to gather around fire to discuss their day-to-day activities. We can compare this to modern-day social networking sites such as Facebook. The one sudden day they decided to record their activities or knowledge. The cavemen then started to inscribing on the caves. We can compare this to modern-day blogging. The problem with this communication method was it was localized. When people started moving out of the cave, long-distance communication became very important.
Smoke signal. This was the first long-distance communication. It was used in Northern America where each tribe has its own signaling system. A smoke from top of the hill signified danger. Smoke signal was also used in ancient China. The soldiers stationed at the Great Wall would alert for danger using smoke signal from tower to tower. In this way they could transmit message as far as 750 kilometers within a few hours. The smoke signal is still used in Vatican to indicate the selection of new pope.
Pigeons. Due to their natural homing ability, pigeons were extensively used for long-distance communication. The pigeons were used by Persians, Romans, Greeks, Mughals. In 19th century, pigeons were also used to transmit stock quotations from one city to another. Cherami, a homing pigeon, was awarded the French War Cross for her services during World War I. TV series Game of Thrones has shown the use of raven instead of pigeon for long-distance communication.
Pony Express. From ancient time, kings have been using human messenger to relay messages. Pony Express was the first of its kind mail service delivering messages, mails, newspapers and small packages by horseback using small relay stations. It is regarded as the first courier service. It was used in the mid-19th century to communicate between East Coast and West Coast of America.
Semaphore flag. Semaphore flag was used in maritime during the late 19th century. The word semaphore is derived from Greek word sema meaning sign, and pharo meaning bearer. It is the telegraphy system conveying information at a distance by means of visual signals with handheld flags, rods and disc. It is still used during underway replenishment at sea and is acceptable mode of communication for emergency.
Telegraph. Telegraphy was the greatest breakthrough in the field of communication. Although the smoke signal and semaphore flags were different form of telegraphy, but the harnessing of electricity in the late 19th century gave birth to electric telegraphy. Morse code is still used globally as a mode of communication. Till a couple of decades ago, telegraphy was the most popular form of long-distance communication. The US discontinued the use of telegraph in 2006. India's BSNL-owned telegraph service ended in 2013. It was reportedly the world's last existing true electric commercial telegraph system.
Radio. The term radio in Latin means beam of light. In 1864, James Clerk Maxwell showed mathematically that electromagnetic waves could propagate through free space. The effects of electromagnetic waves were observed before and after Maxwell, but no one could detect its presence. In 1886, Heinrich Hertz established the existence of electromagnetic waves. In 1888 he demonstrated that one could produce and detect electromagnetic waves, which we today call as radio waves. In November 1894, Jagdish Chandra Bose at Town Hall of Kolkata ignited gunpowder and rang a bell kept at a distance using microwave. During the same time, an Italian scientist Guglielmo Marconi made an electric bell which went off during lightning. This was just the beginning of a whole new era of distant communication. Early 20th century radio system transmitted message using continuous waves only. Amplitude modulation was demonstrated for the transmission of voice and music, but with little success. World War I accelerated the development of radio for military communication. After the war, commercial radio broadcasting began in 1920 and was a big hit. World War II again accelerated the development of wartime purposes for aircraft and land communication.
Telephone. Until now, real-time communication was confined to diplomatic purposes or for broadcasting. Still, telegram was the fastest one-to-one communication used by common people. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. At first, the benefits of a telephone exchange were not exploited. Instead, telephones were leased in pairs to a subscriber, who had to arrange for a telegraph contractor to construct a line between them, for example between a home and a shop. It was a luxury that only rich people could afford. Later, telephones took advantage of the exchange principle already employed in telegraph networks. Each telephone was wired to a local telephone exchange, and the exchanges were wired together with trunks. Networks were connected in a hierarchical manner until they spanned cities, countries, continents, and oceans. This was the beginning of the Public Switch Telephone Network, or PSTN. The major progress took place after the Second World War.
So friends, here we have seen history of communication started from caveman to telephone. But this is just the beginning of a golden era in the field of communication.
After that, we have learned the recording technology, how they have developed from the ancient time to till now. So in the ancient time, people used to record by drawing. In the cave, they used to draw. Thus, they used to save the memory or save the information. After that, the idea of lithograph came. Lithograph is a painting printing on metal or a stone. So lithograph is painting on a metal plate or a stone. After that, paper was invented, and this was one of the revolutionary inventions. So after that, people started saving their memories or information in the paper by writing. So after this, the invention of paper, the printing press, the machine was invented. So it was very easy to print the books. So thus people used to print and save the information in the book. So this way the recording technology has made a development, and nowadays we have so many devices to record the information. We have pen drive, we have CD, we have memory card, and in all those we can save the information and we can share the information with others. That's how from ancient time to today's date the technologies in communication sector and recording sector has developed. So now we can use the technology to communicate by saving the information and sharing the information. So let's see what are the creative questions from this chapter, and let's try to solve them. First question is, write the process of collecting and sharing the information. Before answering this question, let's recall the topic we have learned, that use of information in this chapter. So around us there are a lot of information we get every day. The amount of information is increasing at a rapid pace. Now therefore we need to make a good use of information in our life. The information use makes the activities like, it has some steps or activities like we have to collect the information, we have to store those information. After this we have to share those information. Thus we can use a wise use of the information. So let's see what are the steps of wise use of information. At first, the first step is deciding what types of information you need. There are a lot of information. You have to choose one information that you need. Second steps will be finding the ways and sources for collecting the information. There are a lot of sources. You can get the information from the people, from the newspaper, from the book, the internet, the TV, the radio. So you have to find a source from where you are going to get the information. Now you have to collect the information. There are a lot of information in different sources. You have to bring all together. You have to make a collection. Now after collection you have to store them, because otherwise you'll forget the information. So that's when the recording concepts come. You can record them, you can keep the note in diary, or you can use some devices, the recording technologies like cameras, CD and DVD. After that, the fourth step of wise use of information is sharing the information. So before sharing the information, the important thing is you have to organize the information, because otherwise you have collected the information. So if you share it with another person without organizing it, that person is not going to understand it. So understand that. So it's not going to benefit him. So that's why you have to at first organize the information, then you have to share the information to that person. So we can share the information with someone. We should pay attention to what we want to say and how we can give clear explanation to that person. Our explanation should be clear. See, I am taking your class, I am giving you some information. So to make it more effective, I have to clear my explanation to you. Otherwise it's not going to be effective class. So your explanation should be clear. So that's when the sharing information will be effective. So this was the topic we have learned in the book, that under the caption that use of information or wise use of information. So in this question they are asking, write the process of collecting and sharing the information. There were 4 steps: deciding the types of information you want, finding the source, and then collecting the information, sharing the information. So they are asking you have to write the process of collecting and sharing the information. In the 4 parts you have to write the 2. I can also ask the first 2. So you have to answer this one like, how to collect the information. Necessary information should be collected with the best ways and sources we found. Like during collecting the information, we should keep a record. That record can be manual. We can keep the record in our diary or notebook using pen or pencil, or we can use some technology. That technologies are nowadays very available. We can record the technology by using a camera, a CD or DVD. So that's how the technology has helped us in the collection of information. So next part of the question is, how can you share the information with someone else? Before sharing information, organize the information on the exercise book or paper based on the recording. You can organize them according to the date, or you can organize them according to the serial of the information or serial of your work. You have to somehow organize them, because you are collecting the information according to your idea. You have to organize them so that that person you are going to share can understand very easily. Otherwise, it's not going to be helpful. So when sharing the information with someone else, we should pay attention to what we want to say and how we can give clear explanation to our friends. Clear? So in this question, as I already said that we have asked about how to collect the information and how to share the information. In the similar way, I can also ask that how to find the ways sources for collecting the information, or what are the sources of collecting the information. So you have to learn the all the steps of use of information so that you can answer very easily. So the second creative question is, summer season is running. You are told to store the price of the mangoes in different market. How can you store this information? Read the question carefully. It is giving you the decision, the choice, that which kind of information you are going to collect and what is going to be your source. And lastly, it is asking you that how can you store this information. So the price of the mangoes is your decision of which kind of information you want, and the different markets are the source of information. Now the informations you will get, how can you store those? Let's see how can we answer this one. Information is very important for our life. The price of mangoes in various markets will help to know about the business profit. So it is important to collect the information of the price and storing, which can help to take decision in future. Okay, now you will have to answer the part that how can you store the information. So necessary information should be collected with the best ways. According to this question, the best ways and sources we found. So according to this question, the source is the marketplace. So from the marketplace you are going to get the information. For the information about market price of mangoes, different markets are the source of information. So during collecting the information, we should keep a record. So this record can be manual. You can keep record on the notebook using pen or pencil, or you can use the technologies. And the technologies you can use to keep the record of this information, you can use camera, you can use CD, DVD. So using this technology, you can keep the record of this information, because without keeping the record, or without saving the information, you can't memorize everything. You have to keep it in a note, or you have to use the technology to keep the record. So this is all about this question. I hope you can write this one. So here I have discussed two sample creative questions to give you the hints that what kind of creative question can come in the exam. So this was a very short class on creative question, and today's class was very short. So there is a homework for today's class, and that is the homework number 4. You are going to write one CBQ in your copy, and you have to upload this in your section group. So learn the CBQ 1 and 2 and write the CBQ number 2. So hope you are benefited from this class, and thank you for paying attention in the class. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye.